does he say in Ezekiel 33? I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that he turn. But like with parents, there comes a time if a child continues to misbehave and he's abusing the goodness and the tolerance and the patience of the parents say, okay, that's enough. And then what happens? They get disciplined. And all the parents said?
Amen.
Amen. Okay, now God does that too. See, so he's no fool. God's grace, benevolence, and goodness, he extends that to us in our weakness because he knows that we can't do this perfectly all the time. He knows us that we just strive, and he knows the Christians that are trying to really live for God. And then he knows the ones that are abusing it. They may be genuine Christians, but they're abusing it. And there comes a time where he says, enough, I'll discipline. And he disciplines. So, there's a beautiful balance here. So here's the good news. Everything that I have just said can be summarized in these words, because nobody says now in verse 6, but now we've been delivered from the law. No longer is it just condemning us and making us feel bad and leaving us with no hope. This is why I think suicide's so high. I think in Utah, one of the reasons why suicide's so high, you want to know why it is so high among youth, I believe? Is because the expectation of the prominent religion and the details of all the things that they have to keep is so amazingly strict that they get discouraged. That's
Amen,
why
Pastor.
it is so high.
Amen.
And by the way, the media isn't going to cover that. But that is why they have, I just can't do this. That's why Sandy, they call it Sandy Candy, and it's that medication that the ladies get on to cope with life, because all these demands of the religion, and it's killing them. Paul says we've been freed from that. You know, with children, you love your children. The best people to discipline children are the parents. Why? Because they love them. The best people for God will discipline his children, but he prefers for them to stay in his grace. Even when they're disciplined, he's still within the grace. But nobody says, but now we've been delivered from the law, having died to what we're held by, so that we should serve in newness of the Spirit, not in the oldness of the letter. Oldness of the letter with the requirements of the law, those individuals who try to keep all the law to earn righteousness. No more. The grace of God. As a matter of fact, it's God's goodness to us when we've sinned, and God so freely forgives us when we ask. It's that goodness that oftentimes turns us from our sin. I've come to the Lord over this for so many times. Jeez, God's been so good to me. It motivates. Amen. The goodness of the Lord leads us to him. We serve now in the newness of the Spirit, not in the oldness of the letter. Do we keep the law? Oh, most certainly we keep the law. But we do that because of the Spirit of God dwelling within us. I put it this way. Here it is. Here's my one-sentence summary of everything that I said. The Spirit within gives power without. There it is. I want to say it the way you remember it. Spirit within gives power without. That's why when people live like a pagan and say they're Christians, the question is, do they even have the Spirit within? He's saying here, we now have newness of the Spirit. That's the Holy Spirit. The Spirit within gives power without. We live in obedience to God. And we enjoy his grace. We're married to one now who is gracious. And that is glorious. When they would baptize in the first century, the participant would come to the water, and they oftentimes wore their old dirty clothes. And they would take those clothes off, still have their underclothes on, but they would take off their outer clothes. Those dirty outer clothes would be baptized, and then as they walked out of the water, they were given a new set of clothes, illustrating that this is a new life now that accompanies our salvation. We have a new life, but now we've been delivered from the law, having died to what we were held bondage to, never able to please, never able to do enough, so that we should serve in the newness of the Spirit and not in the oldness of the letter. The Spirit within gives power without. And that Spirit comes to us the moment a person says, I believe Jesus is God's Son who died in my behalf. And I receive Christ as my sin bearer. And I ask you, Father, and you do this in prayer, that you take my sins and wash them away in the person of Jesus, and ask that your Spirit comes into my heart and help me now to live for him. Amen? Let's bow our heads.